Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Happy Halloween. Today I'm going to be doing a look inspired by the goddess of love and beauty, Aphrodite. So I'll be sharing the story and I'll be doing my hair. My makeup was already pretty much done when I started recording, but I hope you guys enjoy it. So I've got my makeup pretty much finished. I just have to finish my lashes, put on maybe a few jewels and my lipstick. So what I'm actually gonna focus on today is doing the hair. So it was said that Aphrodite had auburn hair. So I just kind of want to bring that out and bring the look all the way together. So I'm just gonna start with my hair here. I've just got a little pineapple happening, a little high ponytail. And I'm gonna add some extensions in. I'm actually gonna add some clip-in extensions from Curls by Babonia, and I'm gonna add a little color too. This is Sevich hair coloring wax that I actually got on Amazon, and I'll link it below. They have a bunch of fun colors, but I thought this one would be really fitting for today. Okay, so the story of Aphrodite. So the sky god, Uranus, and his wife Gaia had a son named Cronus. And Uranus and Gaia would fight a lot. And at one point, Gaia had just had enough of all the fighting, so she told her son Cronus, like, you need to attack your father and take care of him because I'm sick of all this fighting. So he attacked his father and actually ended up getting rid of his man parts and ended up throwing them into the sea. So in the sea foam was created, and out of the sea foam, the goddess Aphrodite was born. Her name is actually derived from the word sea foam. Okay, so I finished coloring my extensions. I mean, I didn't do a perfect job, but that doesn't really matter. So now I'm just gonna start applying the color on my own hair. I'm probably just gonna take it into sections. I don't really have a clear plan in my mind for a hairstyle, but I'm just gonna go with the flow. So Aphrodite was not only exceptionally beautiful, she was also known to be very voluptuous and was often being depicted as being nude. So she also had a magic girdle that made men fall in love with her. She could make anyone fall in love with her. So I want to call him her stepfather, Zeus. I say stepfather because, I mean, technically her father was Uranus, but he wasn't really involved in her life that much. So I guess Zeus really took on the role as her father. So Zeus had Aphrodite married off to Hephaestus. Hephaestus? Anyway, Hephaestus was a craftsman for the gods. And he was really, you know, kind of ugly and homely looking. And, you know, Aphrodite wasn't that into him, to be honest. So he actually paid Zeus a dowry to marry Aphrodite. But soon after, you know, because Aphrodite wasn't that into her husband, she took a lover on the side, and the lover happened to be Ares, who was the god of war. So they had this little like fling. He was like her side piece, and you know, they kind of hook up every now and again. And the townspeople started talking about the affair with Aphrodite and Ares. The townspeople were like, yo, Hef, like, I think your girl and Ares are like hooking up, you know? So Hephaestus was obviously really, you know, not happy about this. So him being the craftsman he is, he crafted this net that he secured above Aphrodite's bed. And he was like, you know, I'm going out of town for a few days, you know, just, you know, he was trying to set him up. So Aphrodite's like, you know, hey, Ares, like, my man's out of town for a couple days, you know, why don't you come over? You know, so Ares went up over to, you know, their house, I guess, and they were, you know, doing their thing, and all of a sudden this net like drops down on them, and Hephaestus comes back and, you know, catches up his wife and her lover and shows all the townspeople and was like, see, look, I told you that, you know, they were hooking up. I just want to, you know, out my wife and Ares, you know, this is what's been going on behind my back. So the other gods were like, I don't know what the big deal is, Hephaestus. Like, anyone would die to like just be that close to, you know, Aphrodite and be caught up in a net. Like, you need to relax, you know? But Hephaestus was like, no, you know, I need my dowry back. So he went to Zeus and he's like, I need my money back. Like, I'm not happy in this marriage. Like, I don't want to be with this girl anymore because of the embarrassment she's caused me. And Zeus is like, I'm not having any of this. Like, I'm not giving you your money back. Like, I'm sorry, good luck. So then Poseidon came along, and Poseidon had like always had this thing for Aphrodite. I mean, who didn't? And he's like, you know, Hephaestus, I'll give you the money for the dowry, but I need you to release Ares, and then I'll pay the dowry and you can be a free man. So Hephaestus released Ares, but Poseidon never followed through, and he never, you know, gave the dowry to Hephaestus for Aphrodite. So I guess at that point, Hephaestus was like, well, I guess I'm like just gonna be with this girl and I'll just have to put up with all of her infidelities. So by this point, you know, Aphrodite is just, you know, being unfaithful to Hephaestus time and time again. She went on to actually have children with Poseidon, Hermes, and Dionysus, all while she was married. And Zeus at this point was getting like really frustrated and angry with his daughter for behaving in this manner. So he decided that he should, you know, kind of put a spell on her and make her fall for like a mere mortal man, you know? So he made her fall in love with the Trojan king. So she fell for this guy named Anchises. That was the Trojan prince's name. And you know, she seduced him and he made love to her on a bed of furs, which sounds super romantic. But she disguised herself, so he didn't actually know that it was Aphrodite that he was actually being intimate with until the next morning. And the next morning she revealed herself and she's like, I'm actually, you know, the goddess Aphrodite. And he was like, whoa, he was freaked out because he was like, I don't want anything to do with you. Like, I don't want anything bad to happen to me. But she assured him that nothing bad would happen to him as long as he kept their little tryst a secret. So after Anchises assured Aphrodite that he would not share details about their intimate life, he went out and, you know, got with some buddies and had a few drinks and revealed to them what he had done. So Zeus eventually found out what had happened between Anchises and his daughter, and he actually sent a thunderbolt to try to kill Anchises. But of course, Aphrodite stepped in and she didn't allow the thunderbolt to hit him. Lightning bolt, thunderbolt, I don't know, it says thunderbolt. So, but instead it did injure him and paralyzed him, and he wasn't ever able to walk again. So Aphrodite is just doing, you know, her goddess thing, whatever goddesses do on the day-to-day. And she gets wind that the queen of Cyprus is going around saying that her daughter is more beautiful than Aphrodite. So Aphrodite is not happy about this. So what she does is she goes to the daughter and she makes the daughter fall in love with her own father, the king of Cyprus. And so, you know, she has relations with her own father, the daughter, and gets pregnant. So the king finds out that his daughter is pregnant with his own child and he wants to kill her. So he goes and attacks her with a sword. But again, Aphrodite steps to the rescue and steps in between them, and she actually turns the daughter into a tree. He slices down the tree right into the center, and out of the tree, a son is born. So this child was named Adonis. And so what happens is Aphrodite sends Adonis to live in the underworld with the goddess of the underworld, Persephone. So he went down there and hung out with her. And what ended up happening was Persephone started to fall for Adonis. You know, Adonis was known to be really extremely handsome. So Persephone started to, you know, fall for Adonis, and I guess she seduced him, and, you know, they had an intimate relationship. So when Aphrodite found out about the relations between Persephone and Adonis, she obviously wasn't very happy about it. So her and Persephone got into a fight. And after the fight, it was decided that they would split the time with Adonis into thirds. So a third of the time Persephone would be with Adonis, a third of the time with Aphrodite, and the other third Adonis just got to hang out by himself, apparently. So that was the decision. And, you know, with Aphrodite's magic girdle, she actually convinced Adonis to spend time with her in the world and leave Persephone in the underworld. So of course Persephone was not at all impressed with Aphrodite and was super pissed off that she lured Adonis back into the world with her. So Persephone was not happy about the fact that Aphrodite took Adonis back to the regular world. So she did some pretty shady stuff. She actually contacted Aphrodite's ex-lover, Ares. I don't know why he was so mad at her. Like, I thought they had a good thing going. But Persephone contacts Ares and tells him what has been going on and how Aphrodite took Adonis back to the world with her. Okay, I picked up just some Swarovski crystals from Michael's, and I'm just going to take some stretchy thread and try to make a little bit of a headband. So after she called on Ares, he actually turned himself into a wild boar. And on a hunting trip that Aphrodite was on with Adonis, the boar attacked Adonis and killed him. And it's said that after Adonis died, he was sent back to the underworld to live with Persephone. So Persephone in the end actually got exactly what she wanted. It's also said that Aphrodite, because she was so brokenhearted from Adonis's death, that every spring she had a celebration of the life and death of Adonis, and they called it Adonia. So no one can really agree on what the fate of Aphrodite was. Some say her and some other gods and goddesses were destroyed in 12,000 BC. Some say gods and goddesses can never die, so Aphrodite never died. But that's what I could find out. I hope I was accurate. I hope I pronounced all of the names close to correctly. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy this look, and happy Halloween.